Good morning, first grade. I hope everyone is doing well and having a nice day today. So, we have a deep dive today, and we're going to talk a little bit more about determiners. So, you maybe remember that word from last week. Miss Taylor taught us about determiners, and determiners are kind of like name tags for nouns. So they tell us a little bit more about a noun and kind of like, you might have a name tag in your workspace to show that that's your workspace. Determiners kind of serve the same purpose with nouns. And do we remember what nouns are? Yeah, that's right. Person, place, or thing. Great job. Well, today we're going to talk about a specific type of determiner that are called articles. And I know there's a lot of kind of fancy grown up words, but if you think about it like this, determiners are a bigger overall category of words. And we'll learn about a few other specific types of determiners. But it's kind of like you have the category of footwear, right? Things that you wear on your feet. And within that category, there could be boots, slippers, sandals, tennis shoes, high heels, rain boots, all sorts of different types of footwear. That's kind of the same thing here. Determiners are the big category, and articles are a specific type of determiner. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, but don't worry, we will keep working on this and keep talking about it. All right, so today we're focusing just on articles. So, what are articles? Let's look at some examples. Okay, so let's take a look at these sentences and see if we can first find the noun and then look for the determiner. And in this case, the determiner in all of these sentences are articles. Okay, so just hear me out. So the first sentence says, the girl went to a farm. So what are the nouns in that sentence? Yeah, very good. Girl is a noun. And there's one more. Farm, very good. Sorry, I'm doing this with my computer mouse, so it's a little not so neat. Now, let's look at the nouns, girl, farm. Now, what are the determiners for those two words? For the word girl, what's the determiner? Yeah, the, very good. So we'll circle that. And then what about the determiner for the word farm? Yeah, a farm, very good. All right, let's look at the next sentence. The boy read a book. The boy read a book. What are the nouns? Yeah, very good. Boy is a noun, and there's one more. Book, very good. Book. All right, now what about the determiners, which, as I mentioned, in this case, they are the specific type of determiner called articles. Yeah, similar to the first sentence, the is the article before boy, and or a, sometimes we say or a, is the article before book. All right, so let's read the last sentence. The class had an apple for a snack. The class had an apple for a snack. Now I see three nouns in this sentence. Do you? Yeah, very good. Class is a noun. Apple is a noun. And that one didn't work. There we go. And snack is a noun. So let's look for the articles before these nouns. Yeah, very good. The class, an apple. So an is the article before apple. And last, as in a snack. So there are actually three articles, and they're all in these sentences. Can you figure out what the three articles are? Yeah, the, a or a, and an. Now, let's think about the difference in these two sentences. Or I'm sorry, let's think about the difference in these articles. So listen to these two different directions. If we said, get a book, get a book. Now, if I said, get the book, how is the meaning of those two sentences different? Yeah, if you were thinking that when someone says, get a book, we would take that to mean you could get any book. It's not a specific book, just get a book. But when you hear someone say get the book, doesn't that make you think that they're referring to or talking about a specific book? And that's the difference. So the word a or and the word an actually mean the same thing. And we'll talk about how we know which one to use in which situation. And then the is the other article. And that we use the when we want to talk about a more specific noun, the book, the girl, the class. If we use a or an, we are talking in a more general sense, just kind of a general, not a specific noun, like have a seat in a chair or grab a book or get a pencil. Those are more general. So let's keep talking about that, and let's talk about the difference between a and and how we know when to use which one. All right, 1 second. Let's pull that up. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this chart really quickly to show you determiners. Again, the big category, and it says words that are used before common nouns to determine which particular noun the sentence is talking about. And then, like we said, articles are a specific type of determiner. So under that category, kind of like slippers are a specific type of footwear. All right, so the difference between using a or and using the word an. Here's how you can tell. We use the word a or can say it both ways, whenever the following noun starts with a consonant. And remember, consonants are all of the other letters in the alphabet besides the nouns. So hold on 1 second, we'll get there. When we use an, we use an whenever the following noun begins with a vowel. So remember, our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So anytime a word starts with A, E, I, O, or U, we use an. If we go back to that first sentence or that first page where we looked at the sentences, the word apple was in the third sentence because it said an apple for a snack. So apple starts with an A, so we used an before it. Okay, so let's look at some examples of words and see which one would you use, a or an. All right, what about the word dog? Would we use a or an? That's right, we would say a dog or a dog. Apple? Yeah, we would say an apple, right? If you say a apple, it just doesn't sound right? You probably do this already without even noticing, and you could tell if it just didn't sound right, but apple starts with a vowel, so we would say an apple. What about bench? Bench. Yeah, the article for bench would be a bench. Fork. That's right, a fork. What about elephant? Yeah, that starts with a vowel, so that would be an elephant. What about marker? Very good, a marker. Marker starts with a consonant, so we would use a or a marker, a marker. Chimpanzee, what do you think? Yeah, a chimpanzee. And what about this last one, adventure? Yeah, adventure starts with a vowel, an A. So we would say, we are going on an adventure. We wouldn't say a adventure. All right, so now that we know the difference, and we know that articles, again, are a specific type of determiner, and the three articles are a, an, the. And we know that if we are using a or an, we're talking more about just a general, a book, an apple, an egg. If we're using the, we're talking about a more specific noun, like, please get the book, please sit in the chair. And we also know the difference between using an and a or a. That's right, we use an if the following noun starts with a vowel. We use a or a if the following noun starts with a consonant. All right, so I know that was a lot, and I know we will keep talking about this and working on this and practicing this. But today, for your activity, this is what you're going to do. Let me show you. Okay, so you will see this on your Seesaw activity, and you will just use the pen tool or the typing tool to either write a or an, depending on what the noun begins with that follows. So I see blank ant. Would you say a or an? Right, you would see I see an ant because ant starts with an A. All right, so you'll fill in these 6 boxes using the pen or the typing tool with either a or an. All right, great job. Let us know if you have any questions and talk to everybody soon. Bye.